When we were kids, we would watch cartoons and then pretend to be those superheroes with superpowers. Like, I'm Superman! I have muscles! Yes, I can fly! And then your friend would try to outdo you by saying, I'm Batman! Niko Nagari! And I end up... Yeah, those were the heroes that we kids, we always emulated. We saw Superman, who is basically a grown man who wears underwear in public, as a true hero. Imagine that. But we have grown. And now our definition of heroes, has changed. We no longer look at people in underwear as superheroes, but we look at people who have made it in life, or people who have made a significant change in our society as true heroes. And one person who has done both of those things is a late Kenyan superhero, Kenneth Matiba. Just see.
Uncle Ken, as nicknamed Kenneth Matiba, a name that many Kenyans are familiar with from his staunch activism. The former long-term serving Kiharu Member of Parliament for his evident contribution to the Kenyan democracy after the independence. As a politician, the late Matiba served as opposition leader and Kiharu MP between 1992 and 1997, Minister of Transport and Communication in 1983 and December 1988, Health Minister and Culture and Social Services Minister in 1983 to 1988. As a family man, Matiba married Edith and were blessed with 3 children. The health problems of the late began after his imprisonment in 1990 and due to inadequate medical attention immediately after he suffered stroke, later leaving him paralyzed on one side of his body.
There he is, the late superhero Kenneth Matiba, the guy who wasn't afraid to stand up to the former President Moi. And standing up to Moi back then was like standing up to your father right now and then telling him, nope, Sifanyi, I won't do it. Where? You will be beaten until some senses come back to you. And the late hero, Kenneth Matiba, withstood all the persecution that the former Kenyan leaders did to him. I mean, he was injected with mercury straight into his body. And do you know what mercury poisoning does to your body? Let me list it out for you quickly, okay? Mercury poisoning will make your muscles twitch randomly. So when you stretch out your hand to actually shake someone's hand, and then all of a sudden your hand starts acting like it's been possessed by demons and then starts shaking all over the place. Boss, you have to grab your hand and then come back to its senses. Mercury poisoning, it's serious because you lose coordination. And then you have some problems with speech and also hearing. Those are just some of the symptoms that our Kenyan superhero, Kenneth Matiba, actually went through. And he chose to go through all this so that we Kenyans could enjoy the fruits of having multi-party democracy. And come to think of it, Kenneth Matiba was a lot like our childhood heroes that we loved. I mean, he was exposed to mercury poisoning, and the Hulk was exposed to gamma radiation. And then when anyone would make him angry, he would turn into the Hulk! You're making me angry. Yeah, the government of the day wanted to jail Kenneth Matiba and get rid of him. Kind of like how the X-Men were also being chased by the government, saying that the mutants were becoming too strong. And Kenneth Matiba's influence had become too strong for the government until they had to inject him with mercury. But what they didn't know is that they only made him stronger. And today, Kenneth Matiba sits in his rightful place as a hero that fought for the freedoms that some of us take for granted today. And the thing is, he did this all better than Superman because he didn't actually have to wear any underwear in public to show it off. Thank you, Kenneth Matiba.